Andrew Denton is with us in studio. And for those that didn't grow up or spend any time in Sydney, they may not realise that you did breakfast radio there for how many years?
I did my own show 5 years. I used to work with the legendary Doug Mulray for a few years.
Oh, wasn't he great, Doug?
I was tall and blonde before I did breakfast radio, and now look at me. Stunted dwarf.
Dolph Lundgren, they used to call you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Those 4 a.m. starts catch up with you.
They do.
That was Andrew in Rocky 4. That was him.
Yeah, I was the left pick.
But do you miss it at all? I mean, is there a chance that you see in your future that you could come back to radio in some capacity?
I'd like to say I'm too handsome for television, too ugly for radio. Look, I love radio. It is the most fun you can have in the media. But, you know, I was just saying to you off mic that the difference between the two medium is on radio you can do something absolutely brilliant and it's gone.
Yep.
On television you can do something absolutely mediocre and it's a logie.
And you can win a load.
So, you know, television's where the weight is, boys.
Yeah, it is.
If you do come back to radio, the only reason I asked is, can you do us a favour?
Yeah.
And not come back in Brisbane?
Just be elsewhere. Be brilliant elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's what we're asking.
That's very kind. I'll attempt not to come back in lots of places. How's that?
Don't start doing gotcha calls on...
No.
Right, anything like that.
So you've got Randling going at the moment on ABC. Any other projects in the works?
Yeah, there's another series of Gruen Transfer coming up, or Gruen Planet coming up later this year with Will Anderson.
Great.
Which is a lot of fun. Another series of Can of Worms on Channel 10. And I still do a lot of underpants modelling, which won't surprise anyone here. You know,
No.
That's obviously the big earner for me.
It's pretty much the Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, pretty
These
much
days.
without the Ryan, the C or the crest. Yeah.
So Can of Worms is coming back this year.
Yes, it is.
Is there any tweaks, changes?
Well, there'll be a new host, but
Yeah.
we're not at liberty to say who that is at the moment. Obviously, I'll give you a hint, having her Royal Jubilee shortly.
Oh, there you go.
That's a catch.
I will
Yeah.
tune in for that.
Thank you, that is a catch.
Yeah.
We've had to work hard on that.
I love that, though, about Dicko, when Dicko decided that he didn't want to be the host, because he's involved in some capacity with the decision-making with that show.
That's right, yeah. It was his idea originally. It was a very ballsy call, and, you know, he wasn't really happy in the role, and he felt he was okay at it, but he didn't feel like he nailed it, so it takes a big guy to go put his hand up and say, not for me.
Did you see him? Because we interviewed him about that, and he told us about that, and then on Celebrity Apprentice, he opened up just before they announced the winner and said that he was going through a period that he felt he was a failure in that process, and that Celebrity Apprentice was a way that he and his wife said for him to get back out there and help his confidence again.
Look, it was a confidence blow for him. He knew he'd sort of struggled in the gig and had really enjoyed it, but I used to say to him, Dicko, not many people actually come up with an idea for a show that works, and you've had to go at something which is way out of your comfort zone, and most people in the Australian media don't take that risk, so you've got plenty to be proud about, and he should be.
And not only that, this is an industry where you're not always going to be able to hit a home run every time. I was just mentioning to you off air about the first time I got sacked, and even though it was disappointing, at the time I thought, wow, I might actually have a real career here, because everybody that I know has been sacked or had failures in this industry.
Absolutely. The first rule in radio, which I learnt the first gig I had in radio, and I was always told never take a holiday. Well, I was working for a guy called Rob Duckworth, who he's been around and around and around, and we took a holiday, and halfway through the holiday I got the call, don't come back. You know, the whole show is gone.
Yeah.
So, look, we all fail. We all stuff up. You know, I mean, the show Randling on the ABC, ratings, they started well, they've dropped off. I don't know if the show's going to work or not, but you've got to have a go.
Yep.
Andrew, he was on his honeymoon when we got sacked that first time. He came back from his honeymoon and rang me and said, has much happened? Yeah. Yeah. Sitting down.
132410's our number if you want to get
twice.
get on the show at any time. Shelley from Logan Home. G'day, Shelley.
Hi guys, how you going?
Great. What do you want to ask Andrew?
I was just wondering, you mentioned Doug Mulray. What's ever happened to him? He was brilliant.
He was brilliant. He's probably the most talented guy on radio that I've ever experienced. Doug is happily retired. I had a big alcoholic dinner with him about a year ago. He's still the most engaging, funny man, but he's very, very happily retired, doesn't want to do anything in public again. You know, he's keeping lots of beauticians busy, breaking their will to live.
It's healthy, though, isn't it? Obviously, his ego's intact. He doesn't need to be famous or whatever to be on the spotlight.
I've actually said to him a couple of times, don't you miss the creative side of it? I think he does miss that a bit, but he drank mightily from the cup of success for a long time.
Yeah,
and he lives a good life.
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
Things okay.
Yes,
Excellent.
that's right. Yes.
Excellent. Randling tonight, ABC, 8:30. Andrew Denton, thanks so much for coming in, mate.
A lot of fun. Thank
Yeah,
you.
real pleasure.
Oh, by the way, you're fired.
No, thanks.